Yo, I'm Atticus, and I'm back again with another farm. This time it's Cactus. I want to talk to you about 00 Tick Tech. Now, before I get into this farm right here, I want to go ahead and break down the components as well as give you a backstory on how this was founded so you can build and design your own farms in your own way and possibly take this to the next level. Now, this is my optimized bamboo farm set to turbo, which will extract 10,600 bamboo per plant per hour from this farm. I will go ahead and put a link down in the description if you're interested, but it was when building this farm I came across something different. If you notice, the piston on the left and the piston on the right are looking a little different. It almost seems like this one was going faster. So I went ahead and put some blocks in front of it to see how it was affecting it. And essentially they're affecting it the same. The sticky piston is spitting out the block, retracting it, and spitting it back out as quick as it possibly can. So I was trying to think of another way to try and measure what was going on, and my idea was to go ahead and put a piece of cactus in front of the piston arm and see if maybe it would provide more updates or see if we can measure what's going on. Now, when I connected this all up, I found out that the cactus was not only not breaking, but it was providing updates to this at the rate of 1,500 cactus per hour. My mind completely melted with this discovery, and through my recent contacts with Eagle Eye 621, I shared this info with him, and he showed me one of his other previous videos of zero ticking bamboo, and we took this engine and that design and came up with essentially this pod system. Now, my engine is a little bit different from his, as well as the on and off switch, because I'm actually extracting the power from below this redstone block so I can get as much coverage as possible. So I'm changing these blocks next to it to slabs in order to make this work, and I haven't had any issues with it whatsoever. And it makes it a little bit easier to turn off, because if you're doing this stair step to where the redstone block is actually activating the system, you could very easily stop this by just putting a block on one side. And on the opposite, if for some reason you wanted to have this engine power something, you could do the same on this side, and that will start and stop the farm. And now what this engine is essentially driving is a downwards facing piston, which will provide an update to 4 cactus at the same time, giving you a most space efficient and updates as possible, as well as equivalent to drop rate. Now, the way we make these pods is a little particular. We have a hopper sitting in the middle, and we're going to push 4 hopper mine carts into this chest. I recommend that you push them into it, because if you try to drop it from a block higher, the hopper mine carts will catch on each other and it will not work. Don't forget to break your rails underneath, otherwise your sand will just break. Now those are all broken. We can go ahead and add our sand. The easiest way is just to go ahead and go around the piston. And it looks like we forgot a rail, and that's what will happen whenever you do. Add our cactus, and don't forget to break out this chest right here, or the whole system will not work. And this is essentially what we're calling a pod. One piston controlling 4 cactus. So now let's go ahead and talk some numbers. Now each cactus is providing 1,500 cactus per hour, and each one of these pods is holding 4 cactus. So that's 6,000 cactus per hour per pod, or 429 bone meal per hour per pod, or 6,000 XP per hour, or you can run 16 furnaces per pod. Now with this build right here, I have 256 cactus, which is equaling 64 pods. And that gives us an output of 364,000 cactus per hour, or 27,456 bone meal per hour, or 384,000 XP per hour, and this will run 1,024 furnaces. Now, unfortunately, you can see right here there are 2 clocks, and there's a reason for that. When you spread the signal over the entire area, this one clock will not reach every single piston. Unfortunately, it will only run one half of the farm or the other. I'm not sure exactly as to why, but in order to compensate for this, I went ahead and added another engine so I can go ahead and get the farm up and running. Now we have 64 pods in here, and each one of these pods are being extracted through a dropper system, and each one of these droppers is connected via branches of note blocks and observers. So that way, when we go ahead and power on our clock, we're able to get what residual cactus you will have because this is a cactus farm. But when we go ahead and turn it on, you'll see all the cactus rain down in its glory. Now, let's talk about lag and MST because right now this is killing our frame rates. And that's only because we're near the farm. If you were to back away, this would straighten out. But as you can see, we're running an average of about 25 MST, which with the output that we're getting from this farm is not too bad. And as I said, if you back away from this farm far enough, you will restore your frame rates and everything will normalize out. So if you're going with a build this big, I highly recommend that you go ahead and build your collection system away from your actual farm, especially if you love your frame rates. Now, there is a limit you can go to. If you go too big, this will completely lag out your system and you will not be able to run any other farm in your world. I unfortunately went too big my first time, and I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like right now. Now, before I get into this build, I want to give a big shout out to Eagle Eye 621. I wouldn't have gone this far in any one of my builds without him pushing me and all the positive reinforcement. Being able to talk to him and having someone to share my ideas with is pretty amazing, as well as being able to learn so many new and interesting concepts. Also, being able to put those ideas and concepts to use. I have to say, if you aren't subscribed to Eagle Eye 621, you should be, as well as join the Discord. I'll put both links in the description. It's a great place to learn new and interesting things, and there's a bunch of knowledgeable people on there that's willing to talk about pretty much anything Minecraft. So let's go ahead and dive into this monster. What's going on is I have one switch controlling 4 different clocks, and each clock is controlling their own slice, redstone-wise, of pods. Now I did this because I explained earlier that this redstone signal will only cover so much area, so I wanted the most efficient way that the clock can provide the signal as well as the area. And this time harvesting, we're using an auto dropper system that was featured in Eagle Eye 621's last 00 tick farm. The link will be down in the description. And it is pretty much the most lag efficient way that I've found to go ahead and use in this farm to try and save as much MST as possible, which you'll see later on is insane. Well, let's talk about the rates of this farm, which is 567 cactus inside, which is 144 pods that will provide 864,000 cactus per hour, as well as XP, and that will run 2,304 furnaces and provide 61,776 bone meal per hour. Now, I have it going straight into lava because as soon as we turn this on, we will have no frame rates. But if we can get close, okay, there we go. You'll just see it rain down cactus. Now, like I said, this is borderline. If you move away, you will have your frames restored, but as I said, this will be the only farm you are able to have in your build and your world. So I hope you enjoy all the craziness. If you found this interesting and would like to see more, please like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.